teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
And just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They go play action with Jackson. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins.
And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd and 14, Mahomes. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes throwing on fourth.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off, and the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson from the shotgun.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Give them the completion. No gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. On 3rd down, Jackson, and he fires one that's intercepted.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That's to his running back, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
The Steelers at 10-2 on the year, and I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
We're scoreless after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So, Charles, they get to into their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there's a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 24, Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 38, Jackson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Jackson on first down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now Jackson. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made by Chase Young.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 88 yards.
And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt, and he missed it. It's no good, and instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
He's got a man, complete. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome
welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gotw, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them? Great tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot.
Barkley is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. T. Higgins from 3 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes flush to his right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down of 46. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. The pitch goes to Barkley, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Well, the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this. Right up like a pro.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Mahomes. this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Taken down at the 42.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Now it's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. The offense on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. The 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Ravens 24, Steelers 10.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Takes it at the 7. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw complete there to Johnson. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
2 yards on the pickup. Second and
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Got his man. It's Williams.
And he is going to have the Steelers first down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Amari Barno has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mahomes now to throw.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Going for the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Ravens are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe it.
That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Steelers are right back in this football game. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Mahomes. And now here is another interception. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Report. To throw again is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown. Quez Watkins, 74 yards. And the Ravens extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left. But they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. One final try from Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. as time has run out on this football game.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Ravens, the win pushes